Okay, so this is going to be a healthy recipe. This is my healthy, low-calorie chili. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 4 stalks of celery, 1 medium onion, 2 green peppers, 2 cans of diced tomato, 2 28-ounce cans. It calls for 10 ounces of ground turkey. However, we like ours to have a lot of meat in it. So we're doing 30 ounces of ground turkey. And then you'll need 1 15-ounce can of whole black beans. And then you need 2 15-ounce containers of beef stock. And I got the low sodium. And then you will need 2 yellow squash and 2 zucchinis. And then to season it, you're going to need some ground cayenne pepper, some chili powder, and then salt and pepper, and garlic salt. And then with it, we're going to be having cornbread, just out of the box, nothing homemade. And so you'll need little muffin cups. And then I'm also going to be making homemade applesauce that I saw on JP Seuss's channel, but I'm not going to show that because you can go to her channel and look at that. And I have my little helper. Hi! Okay, so I'm going to cut everything up, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so you're going to need 1 big pot to put everything in, and 1 skillet to cook the ground turkey in. That's for my applesauce, so you don't need that. So I'm going to take my ground turkey, put it in the pan. You don't need to put anything in there with it, just the turkey, and then turn it on to medium heat. And I'm going to start browning that while I cut up my vegetables. Okay, now you're going to want to cut up your onion and saute it in a pan until tender. Okay, so now all my vegetables are cut up. I did them about this size. So, and the meat is done cooking. So I'm going to add the meat to the vegetables. And then when the onions are done sauteing, I'm going to add them also. Okay, so now I mixed the meat and the onions with the vegetables. And I'm going to add the tomatoes, the beans, and the beef stock broth. Make sure you drain some of the juice out of the beans as well as the tomatoes and add it to the pot. Okay, so it's been boiling for about 15 minutes and everything will cook down because you'll see when you put it into the pan it's a lot. It fills up, so I had to put it in 2 larger pans, but it'll cook down to the point where it fits all in just 1 pan this size. But the recipe says to simmer for 30 minutes. However, I like to cook mine for about an hour. I feel like you get more flavor out of it that way. So I'm going to cook this for about 45 more minutes, and then it will be done, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright. Okay, so while it's finishing cooking on the stove, I'm going to start making the cornbread. You just make it as prepared on the box. You add 1 egg to the mix as well as 1/3 cup of milk. And then you put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so it's all finished. I cooked it for about an hour, and I added some cheese on top. The muffins are done cooking, and the applesauce is in the fridge cooling, so we're going to have that for dessert. And Ryder's joining us for dinner. His high chair's in the mail. So right now he's just sitting in his super seat. Yum.